You are welcome on this channel, dear friends. Today's theme of discussion is surrender. Surrender means dropping the idea that I am not separate from the whole. When you create an idea that you are an island, you are separate from the whole, your misery starts because it is your hallucination. It is a nightmare created by you. This is not the existential reality. There is no misery as such. Misery is your creation. It is your invention. Because you have created a notion that you are separate from the whole. You are not a part of the whole. And the main reason of your misery is this misconception that you are separate from the whole. The reality is quite the opposite. You are not separate from the whole. You are part of it. Surrender. In surrender, you don't surrender anything which is tangible and which is useful for you. You surrender a false idea. You surrender a confusion. And even then you are scared, you are afraid of, because I'm going to lose something. You cannot lose which you haven't got. And if once you get anything in spiritualism, there is no way to lose it. You cannot lose it. There is another truth in material world that if you haven't got, you cannot lose it. If you have got something, only you can lose. This is the truth of material world. If you don't have, then it is impossible to lose. But in spiritualism, the things happen quite the opposite. If you haven't got, then you cannot lose in spiritualism. Once you got or once you get, it is the impossibility to lose it again. Suppose you have knowledge and that knowledge disappears after some time. It means that knowing is not the real knowing. Because in spiritualism, if you have got once, it is impossible to lose that. And the greatest adventure on earth is to enter into the domain of unknown. This is the greatest ecstasy and this is the greatest adventure. And since you are not losing anything, you are losing your false idea. So what is the use of being scared? But since you don't know the reality, so you are highly scared of it, that I am going to lose something very important. So there are two things which we have to understand. One, that in spiritualism, you don't surrender anything which is important, which is useful. In spiritualism, if you are planning to surrender, that surrender will be of your hallucination, of your nightmare. And misery is the byproduct of your imagination. Actually, misery doesn't exist in existence. Misery is your creation, it's your invention. So, surrendering means seeing that you are a part of existence, you are part of the whole. You are not separate. And if you can see this, that you are a part of the whole, if you perceive it deeply, then the things happen according to the natural law. 2500 years ago, Buddha announced Aisa Dhamma Sanantano. This is the reality, my friends. This journey from mind to no mind, from ego to egolessness, is not a long journey. It is a very short journey. Rather, you can say it is a one-step journey. If you understand the technicality of the truth, then the journey is very short. One step, it is not a long journey. Though it happens in many years, in the life of Buddha also it has happened in many years. But actually the main thing which happened, that happened only in a few moments. Some moments before you are in darkness because you don't know the reality, and after some moments you are surrounded by spiritual light, and the whole problem is over, because now you are awakened, you are not confused, you have dropped your hallucination, false idea, and that is surrender. Surrendering of false idea, you don't surrender anything, only the false notion is surrendered. And this is how the surrender functions, and you come out from a very continued, tiring journey of your nightmare, and you all of a sudden you come to the light, and the state, you achieve the state of awakening, and the entire misery is gone. So this is the reality, dear friends. Surrender is the greatest adventure of life. Thank you very much.